We've made it to Koh Rong, our third and final destination in Cambodia. We actually arrived yesterday but had a bit of a strange start to the day yesterday. We were meant to be picked up at 7 AM by our driver to drive us from where we were staying in Phnom Penh to Sihanoukville port to then get the ferry to Koh Rong, but we were woken up unexpectedly at 6 AM to the phone ringing in our room. The driver was already at reception an hour early and he said there was a traffic jam and that we should try and leave now. So we rushed out of bed and got ready. It took us about half an hour. By the time we'd gone down, checked out, and they checked our room, it was 6:45 anyway, so we were only 15 minutes earlier. Turns out it was exactly the same driver who had driven us to Phnom Penh the day before. So I booked our 3 long drives through the same company on Viator. The company is called Green Era Travel, and I'll leave a link in the description. He had actually mentioned to us on the drive to Phnom Penh the day before that it should only take 2.5 hours to drive to the port, which on the Viator advert and in the reviews it was saying more like 4 to 6 hours, not 2.5, but he said if you took the highway it would take 2.5 hours. I did say we have booked through the same company, but I didn't actually think it would be him. Turns out it was. He was standing at reception, same guy we met the day before, same car, which was nice because we knew it was a good car with good air conditioning. But yeah, unexpected start to the day. Really strange waking up to a phone call at 6 AM on a really loud old-fashioned phone that we didn't know how to work. But he was right, so we allowed enough time for about 5 to 6 hours to get to the port, but he got us there in 2.5 hours. So we actually got to the ferry port to get to Koh Rong at around 9:30, between 9:30 and 10, and our ferry wasn't booked until 1:30. Basically we had booked our ferry through our resort, so we're staying at You&Me Resort on Pagoda Beach, and there is a ferry that goes directly to the beach, so directly to the hotel. The pier is just opposite the hotel and they literally walk your bags along the beach for you. So that was what we booked, but it only departs one time a day, so it leaves Sihanoukville port at 1:30. The driver was really lovely. He took us to all of the ferry companies and tried to see if there's any availability for us to get an earlier ferry. It ended up there was one literally just about to leave to get to Longset Beach, so we paid $25 return each to get on that ferry instead. I don't think we have to pay for the Pagoda ferry we initially booked because we didn't end up going on it. The hotel had booked our tickets for us, we hadn't already paid. The plan was to pay when we got to the hotel, so I think that's all worked out. We were going to get the ferry back from Longset Beach on the day we leave anyway because it has a later leaving time, and we're going back to Phnom Penh, but we are literally staying at a hotel by the airport to travel to Bali the next day, so we don't need to be there early. So we wanted to stay on the island as much as possible. So it's all worked out. We've actually ended up getting the return ticket for the ferry we were going to return on anyway. So this ferry was literally about to leave. We grabbed our bags, we ran on it, we just made it. They had to call the ferry and hold the ferry for us to get on, which was very nice of them. Luckily we have really good data on our phones with the eSIMs we're using. I'll leave a link in the description, and I also have a money off code down there as well. And it meant while I was on the ferry I was able to message You&Me Resort, the resort we're staying at, through booking.com and say we're arriving at Longset Beach, we're not getting the Pagoda ferry, don't worry about picking us up from there, we'll get a taxi. They were so good. They replied straight away and said we'll get someone to wait at Longset Ferry for you, they will have a sign saying You&Me Resort. We ended up getting to the island 3 to 4 hours earlier than we planned, which meant 3 to 4 hours more time in the sun. As I said, we're staying on Pagoda Beach and our hotel has a private beach area on Pagoda Beach. So we are here for 3 nights before we head back to Phnom Penh to then travel to Bali the next day. We have no plans for the 3 days we are here. I think this is just going to be one big vlog because our time here is really just a rest, regather our energy before we head to Bali. So we're in this hut style room. You can see another one over there. We've got these big glass windows. This is the door, so you come in the door and straight on, seating area over here, dumped all of our bags, table, and then tea, coffee, water station over here. Jack's just having a look at the information. Down here we've got a fridge, and then straight on we've got cupboards on the right. We've got a safe in here. Those are beach pool towels. We've got robes and hanging space. They've also left us some straw hats and a straw bag for the beach. And then on the left, we've got the bathroom. So just toilet here, lovely shower area there, and the sink. And I love the ceiling. It's got a bamboo ceiling. And then round here, we have our lovely bed, our towels on the bed. I just love all the wooden vibes in here. And then I think these are more windows. Yeah, so you can see we're right on the beach, so we're on Pagoda Beach. You can see through this window more of the bungalow style houses. Don't you just love it when you get back to the room and it's all cleaned and they leave the aircon on so it's not even hot in here? A lot of the hotels we've been to, we get back and the aircon is off and it's like 35 degrees outside. We have just had another chill morning and had lunch again at the hotel. There are a few other resorts along Pagoda Beach, so we might have some food there at some point just to check it out. We have found the food is definitely more expensive here than in the two other places we've been in Cambodia, so Siem Reap and Phnom Penh. But that could just be because we're in a resort style hotel, and in those places we were just going to restaurants along the roads and things. Pagoda Beach is so beautiful and so clean, and the resort really do make an effort to keep it clean and tidy, but because it's so secluded it means there's not a lot nearby, so there's really only a few resorts. There's no convenience shops or just restaurants and bars. It's well known for being completely secluded from the bustle of Longset Beach, and I think the other one is Koh Touch Beach. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. There's a lot more accommodation on those beaches. It's a lot more popular with backpackers. There's clubs and restaurants and bars along those beaches. So being on this quieter beach is perfect for us for the three and a half days we're here. I think if you were here any longer, it could be quite annoying. I have mentioned before, we don't like getting mopeds. We never have, we never will. We just don't find them very safe. I almost booked to stay on Koh Rong Sanloem, which is the sister island, instead of Koh Rong. It's well known for being less touristy. There's less clubs and restaurants, and it's less of a party island than Koh Rong's known for being. But actually, when I was looking at the two and comparing them, I preferred the style of hotel on Pagoda Beach, and Pagoda Beach is completely separate to the party side of the island. So to be honest, it's hard to imagine there is a party side of the island because we're so secluded from anything. So we kind of get the best of both worlds. If we want to go partying, we can go to Longset Beach, but we are enjoying the laid back atmosphere here. It is definitely much needed after our hectic week and a half. We love the fast pace, and actually it is quite strange not doing anything, but we have just had a look and we think we're going to do a snorkeling tour tomorrow. But plan of action for the rest of this afternoon, I think we're going to go to reception and pick up the paddles so that we can go on some paddle boards. We just had the loveliest dinner at the hotel next door. It's called the Secret Garden Koh Rong. The food was absolutely phenomenal. Just by looking at the hotel, I do think I prefer the look of our hotel, the pool and everything. However, the food there was so good. I would say it's probably better than where we're staying. Oh my god. So tomorrow we have booked a snorkeling tour. I think it includes snorkeling. We're going to see the plankton light up at night. I think we get a little bit of a barbecue. It is just the two of us on the tour. They did us a good deal, so it only worked out about $30 more for us to do it privately, just the two of us, instead of going with a group. So it's a bit of a no-brainer really. Also we get dinner, and that's what we would have spent on dinner, so that $30. Private tour. It is the next afternoon now, so we have our snorkeling tour. We are about to leave in a minute. I believe they pick us up on our beach, so we don't need to head anywhere. As I said, we're doing a private tour, just the two of us, and it's costing $120, and it includes snorkeling, fishing. We should also see the sunset, hopefully, if it's not so cloudy. And then fingers crossed, we might see the plankton light up in the dark. We're currently walking to the boat. We've just been told, oh my God, we've just been told that the captain doesn't speak very much English, or if any at all, so this should be interesting. Whoa! They have just put the ladder down into the sea. It's pitch black, there's absolutely no way I'm getting in there. One of us is going to fall down a hole in a minute. I can't see anything. So it is our final day now in Cambodia and our final half day in Koh Rong. We're actually being picked up at 2:20 to get the taxi back to the port on Longset Beach to get the 3 p.m. ferry back to the port in Sihanoukville. We're getting picked up from there by the same company who dropped us there and taken back to Phnom Penh, where we're just staying for tonight. We're staying about 10 minutes from the airport. Tomorrow we head to Bali for the next 6 days, our final country, before heading back to the UK. The afternoon snorkeling trip we did yesterday was so much fun. The snorkeling was amazing. I was really not expecting it to be that good. I also can't believe we learned how to fish. The captain and the other guy on the boat spoke no English, so he was literally teaching us how to fish just by showing us. To be honest, it took us a while to get it, but Jack ended up being really good. I think Jack caught about 7 fish. I caught 1. I had 1 success. I was better at throwing it than actually getting the fish in, or I just think I had a dodgy rod, to be honest. I think Jack had a better rod than me. Not sure how I felt about actually eating the fish. I'm not vegan or veggie, but that did kind of freak me out a little bit. Those poor fish, we were literally just fishing them and then we cooked them on the barbecue. Not sure how I felt about that. I didn't think they tasted that great, to be honest. And I must say, the light up plankton at the end, a little bit anticlimactic. It wasn't that great. The guy got in the pitch black water and swam around so we could see the plankton light up. For a second I thought we were going to have to get in. There was no chance that was happening. That water looked so scary at night. I don't think any of it came up on camera. I think it was just something you had to see with your eyes. I have seen pictures and videos of plankton and it did not look like that. I don't know if it was just a bad day to see it or it was just different, but it wasn't that amazing yesterday. So yeah, anyway, it was a really fun tour. Loved the snorkeling, loved the fishing. We booked it through our hotel, but if you look up snorkeling tours in Koh Rong, there are lots of different providers that do it. So yeah, as I said, today is our last day. It is 11:45 now. We have already had breakfast. We are meant to be checking out at 11 a.m, but we went to check with them and they are so nice. They have actually let us stay in the room till 1 o'clock. The hotel has been phenomenal. It is such a beautiful hotel. It is so well kept. They keep the beach so nice as well. It is expensive. I do just think this island is a bit more expensive than some of the other areas in Cambodia. I also think Cambodia is a bit more expensive than Vietnam, but I am getting so confused with the currencies because we were doing Vietnamese dong in Vietnam. We're doing dollars now, so like my mind, I feel like I didn't switch over from Vietnam to Cambodia quick enough, so I am just confused. As I said, the beach is very quiet, which is lovely, but there isn't loads going on, so if you're a party person, probably not the place to stay. But if you're like us and just coming here for a nice rest and don't want to move too much, this is absolutely perfect, and it is really just sleep, food, pool, beach, repeat the whole time. But hopefully you can see how beautiful Koh Rong is. I have seen it compared to the Maldives, like the Maldives of Cambodia, and I can see why, especially this beach. I would actually compare it to Boracay White Beach. If you've seen my Boracay vlogs, you will know that beach was beautiful, and I never thought we would find a beach quite the same. But I would say Pagoda Beach does come close. It is absolutely stunning. It is not as big as Boracay White Beach, but the sand is just as white and it is amazingly clear water. I'm going to end this vlog here. Anything I've mentioned I will link in the description. The next vlog will maybe be a short travel vlog. So we are traveling to Phnom Penh today. We're just staying there the night before we head to the airport tomorrow, but we are heading to a different hotel in Phnom Penh, and I do want to vlog it and show what that's like. And then following that, it will be Bali vlogs, our last week in Southeast Asia before we head home.